Oh, you know it. It's time. It's time for you to acknowledge me. My name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of the Raw Post Show, part of the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition. It's great to be here with you today, or tonight, actually. We're here early because of the early start of the Raw tonight from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Atlantic City hasn't seen Raw in so long. It's unbelievable. But my name is Ralph Williams. I am the host of the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition Raw Post Show. And yeah, what do you want to talk about? Let me talk to you. I am the revolutionary. I am the visionary. I am Ralph Williams, and you will acknowledge me. All right. Okay, tonight we got plenty to talk about here in this Raw. This was an interesting Raw tonight. Most interesting was the fact that they showed the replay of the argument between Nick Aldis and Gunther, which happened after the Night of Champions on Saturday night. All right. Now, instead of suspending Gunther or firing him more or less for insubordination, they have decided to put Nick Aldis on administrative leave. For what purposes, I have no idea. I don't know what TKO or Triple H or any of these Paul Levesque or any of these people are thinking about, because putting him on probation is something that I definitely would not do, or whatever, on administrative leave or whatever. All right. All right, there you go. The trumpet's trumping. All right, there's Pensman Sports. Pensman, thank you for being part of the show. How are you? Exactly. Acknowledge me. I was a little late tonight, folks. I had a couple of technical issues I had to square away here. I had some issues with my earbuds, and I had to replace them and whatnot. So had a little bit of issue with that as well. So there we are. All right. That's right. You are. He is Pensman Sports. That is correct. And you will acknowledge us. And check out Pensman Sports. He does a lot of shorts on the New York Yankees. He also does Penguin shorts and things like that. And he's part of the Saturday Sports Blast show with me, Ralph Williams, Pensman Sports, Brian Pettit, and Leo Haggerty as well. All right, tonight was an interesting Raw. And quite interesting is the fact that the mystery behind who Roman Reigns was going to face at SummerSlam, because the rumor was going around that Obafemi was going to pick Roman Reigns to fight against at SummerSlam. But now it turns out that it will be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. All right. Now I have the SummerSlam lineup here. I have a couple different three matches so far that have been set. Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar. Brock come out and he said that he was going to help Obafemi solve his problem as to who he was going to face at SummerSlam. So he comes out and he says, "Okay, I've got a solution to your problem," and he comes out and kicks him, where the in the left thing there. All right, or what they call the, well, let's just put it this way: he kicked him in the balls. All right, it's that simple. All right, I'm going to put it bluntly: he kicked him in the balls. So, and what had happened was it was quite simple, and that was that he He wanted to get another match with Obafemi. This will be the rubber match of the three. There's a tie at 1-1 between the two of them. But this will be the third match, and whoever wins this one, will take the 2-1 victory against each other. But that now derails Obafemi to fight at another day. When, I don't know. But let's get back to Gunther and Nick Aldis. I feel personally that Nick Aldis shouldn't have been put through administrative leave. All right. And the reason for that is because Gunther has been causing problems. Gunther, Drew McIntyre, all these crybabies need to be put in their place. And it needs to happen sooner than later because what's happening now is you're letting the inmates run the asylum. All right. So how many times do you put your hands on somebody and, okay. All right. Who? Area. Yeah, I'll give Area a shout out. There you go. Area for a shout out. There you go. All right. So Nick Aldis, should he be? It's just put on administrative leave. Ralph Williams 737@gmail.com or your comments right here. I don't think so. I don't think that should happen. I think Nick Aldis is right in the fact that he is the general manager. He can do whatever he feels like it. Gunther's crying like a little baby because he keeps saying he's getting screwed over and all this other stuff. Gunther, stick with your career, whatever you were called, career ender or whatever you're called. Stick with that and stay out of everybody else's problems. Okay? All right? If you're going to act like this, that's what you need to do. So I'm suspecting, and I'm not throwing any, but there's going to be a match between Nick Aldis because he's on administrative leave versus Gunther at SummerSlam. There's 2 nights at SummerSlam this year. So we're going to see how that works out this year. All right. Okay. Match results for tonight. All right. And I'm going to go into those real quicker, but some notes. The Obafemi, Brock Lesnar, we talked about. Nick Aldis and now Nick Aldis being on administrative leave. Adam Pearce will be in charge of both shows. And Dirty Dom and JD McDomo and their infinite wisdom decided to try to screw around again with what's his face, Danhausen, and that didn't work out. So yeah, the career killer. That's it, Pensman. Thank you. Stick with what you know. Being a career killer. All right. Yeah, you're right. They do need to get new stars. They have a lot of these older guys that are still around, and sometimes, well, there's nothing really wrong with that. But what's wrong is the fact that they have gotten they take wrestlers, and what they do is they don't put them into creative properly, and then they go and they release them, and then they're pissed off, and then they just don't. I don't know where their creative is at now. I really don't know. And the problem I'm having with this whole thing is because the creative is just not doing what they're supposed to be doing. I don't like their creative. They take some of these wrestlers. Look at Karrion Kross. Look at what they did to him. Okay. And now he's the champ in MLW. Okay. Look at what they did to Dolph Ziggler. Look at what they did to some of these other guys. Matt Cardona is a good wrestler, and they have. Where's Otis and Tazera? You don't even see them wrestle anymore. But they cut all these other people. They got rid of New Day. They got rid of all these other folks. All right. I think that's ridiculous. I mean, I really do. But in other notes, and then we'll get to the matches. Dirty Dom and JD McDomo tried once again to mess around with Danhausen. And they got cursed again. So Liv Morgan has been cursed. Dom's been cursed. JD McDomo's been cursed. Then Danhausen got involved in JD McDomo's match, all right, against Chad Gable. And Gable ended up winning the match. Okay. Yeah, I call him JD McDomo. Then Liv Morgan gets involved again about how they stole his painting or whatever it is that they took and whatnot. So, all right. All right. Well, whatever happens here, you know. All right, here we go. Okay. Also in some of the notes for tonight, Austin Theory talked to Maxine Dupree after she lost to Raquel Rodriguez. Rumor has it that Maxine Dupree is going to join what's left of the Vision. Okay, whatever's left of them, because now it's down to Austin Theory. Braun Breaker's hurt again because he got beat up pretty good by Seth Rollins in that cage match last Saturday, which we covered here on the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition here on the post show. All right. Okay, good. Thank you. Appreciate it, Pensman. Pensman's my monitor. He has the authority to cut out, get rid of people who we're talking about wrestling here. I don't want to hear about anything else. You want to talk about politics, Ralph's Opinion Show, Wednesday night, 7:30. You got something else you want to talk about? I don't care, but not here. This is wrestling. We're talking about the Raw post show. All right. Now, coming up after this, immediately following this, we're going to do another exposed. We have another squatter situation in Pittsburgh. We're going to talk about that as well. That's coming up. All right. So, okay. So the tribal chief comes out, and I'm actually Austin Theory come out and try to interfere with the Street Profits and Joe Hendry singing a song. And, of course, that didn't work out for the best. Hendry ended up fighting Theory, and he beat Theory. Okay, so I just want to let you know that. Tribal Chief came out, Roman Reigns, to the chagrin of the fact that also we had Seth Rollins come out saying, well, I beat you here, I did this here, I've done that there against you, and you haven't beaten me, and I think it's time that you need to beat me. So they're going to fight at SummerSlam. All right. I personally did not expect this, although I kind of sidely in the back of my mind expected this, because here's two wrestlers that I respect. The Revolutionary, the Visionary, that's me as well. And you will acknowledge me, that's me as well. So I have two guys wrestling against each other that I have to take a side on. And to be frankly honest with you, I really don't care who wins. All right. Entry. Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's another Elias. You got that right. Elias now is in TNA. He's doing his thing in TNA, which is good. Good for him. That's where he probably belongs. Pittsburgh native, by the way, from Plumboro. Went to school with Pat McAfee, and I went to school with Corey Graves. Corey Graves from Plum too. So there you go. All right, or from that area actually. No, actually, Corey Graves went to Gateway. I'm sorry, Corey Graves went to Gateway. Pat McAfee and Elias went to school together. They both went to Plum. So just to let you know that, a lot of people don't know that at all. All right. All right, match results tonight. Rey Mysterio, he beat Ethan Page. That was a good match. That probably was the match of the night, because some of these other ones were a little bit tough. LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. Solo Sikoa got involved again. Jey Uso. Jimmy was hurt. Jay was looking for Solo. There's going to be something going on here. I think it's going to be Jey Uso or Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. If Solo loses, now this is my theory. This is my prediction, and usually I'm right. I think that Jacob Fatu or Jey Uso is going to fight Solo Sikoa, and Solo will be forced to, if he loses, to join the Bloodline. That's just my theory. And I don't think LA Knight wants to join up with Solo Sikoa for any purpose. I really don't. All right. Yeah, Pensman. This time, I think you're right. I think Roman's on a roll. I think they want Roman on a roll. Rollins got a lot of injuries. Yes, he is. He's very fragile. Thank you, Pensman. Yes, he is very much so. So that's right. I spoke. My prediction is it's going to be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Roman will win this match. because I think they're going to move on with the bloodline, continue on. Seth Rollins is going to go away and retire in the sunset sooner or later here. He's 41 years old, and he's got a ton of injuries, a ton. All right. He's got leg injuries, back problems, and he's got some other injuries as well, knee problems. Okay. And he had that shoulder injury or whatever. And he's fragile. He's bruised. He's banged up, and he's desperate right now. So is Becky Lynch. There are a lot of desperate wrestlers out here. Randy Orton, we haven't seen him since the Cody Rhodes match. He got so embarrassed that at WrestleMania that you haven't seen him for a while. I hear he's injured again, and I hear he may not come back. So, there's a lot of storyline, speculation, things like that going on out there, But with the match that Maxine Dupree lost to Raquel Rodriguez, Raquel gets a match now with the current Women's Intercontinental Champion, Sol Ruca, coming up, I believe, at SummerSlam, either at SummerSlam or coming up in the future here. But she gets a match. She might even get that championship, a belt. I see Liv Morgan, because Liv Morgan's going to fight Io Sky at SummerSlam, and Io Sky has, a lot of momentum going into this match against Liv Morgan. And I hope she beats Liv Morgan again. I can't stand Liv Morgan. I can't stand the Judgment Day. I really wish WWE, and I keep saying this over and over again, would do something about them. All right? Shut that down because it's not working. All right? Yeah, that's true too. But you know what's interesting, though? Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins have so much in their arsenal of stuff that they can do. They don't need the top rope. But Seth Rollins and some of them, they like to still get up on the top rope and do their thing as well. But they have a lot going on with that stuff, so they really don't need it. All right. All right, JD McDonough, like I said, he lost his match to Chad Gable with Danhausen getting involved. We only had one women's match tonight, and Lyra Valkyrie spoke out tonight. She talked about how she's been carrying the team with her and Bayley. And her and Bayley are enough. So now I think Lyra, who has said that she has some ambition of going after some singles titles, which could actually work out for her. All right. All right. This has been your Raw post show. We're going to get into some of our announcements right now. Don't forget, coming up this week, Wednesday, the Wednesday of Ralph. And as always, coming up this Wednesday, the Ralph Williams Show, 2 to 3 p.m. on 860 a.m. WWDB. Here we are with that. All right, now it's 7:30 p.m. The Ralph's Opinion Show. That is Wednesday at 7:30 p.m., the Ralph's Opinion Show with me, Ralph Williams, your visionary, your revolutionary. And we have a lot to talk about leading up to the 4th of July. And Saturday, there will be no Saturday sports blast because of the 4th of July holiday. All right, so Independence Day, 250 years of our country. And I have a question for you, and we'll lead this into not only just my shows on the radio, but also lead into this, okay? Do you have any patriotism anymore? Do you like your country? It's 250 years and we're not even celebrating. Okay. All right. Coming up right after this, we have a Ralph's opinion or a Ralph report. The exposed coming up next. We have a house up in Mount Oliver, section of the city of Pittsburgh. Squatters, let's get them out. Exposed. All right, let's do that. All right, all right. And don't forget all my shows on Wednesday, the Ralph Williams Show in Philadelphia, 860 AM WWDB, and also 7:30 p.m. for live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and we're on the Kick Network as well. And don't forget all about that as well. And then also we have, don't forget Pensman Sports, tune into his all his material and things that he's doing, and also our other media partner here, Sports Break Media. I believe I got it right here. Yep, there it is, Sports Break Media with Brian Pettit. Don't forget to join him in what he does. And also, we're here in Studio 10 in Berlin, Maryland. We have a studio sponsor, and our studio sponsor is now is Shore Appliance Connection in Salisbury. Shore Appliance Connection. Let me tell you something about these guys. They have some of the top quality name brand appliances. They also have locations in Delaware. So when you call the number, you go into you call the number and you go into you go into the phone number, and when you get into the phone number for Shore Appliance Connection, you will they will lead you to, you could either go to their location in Salisbury, and they have 3 locations in Delaware. Call 410-749-2161, Shore Appliance Connection. Tell them Ralph Williams sent you, ask for Bill. And they are a new studio sponsor here at Studios 10 in Berlin, Maryland. So there you are with that. That's our new studio sponsor, and I welcome them to the RW Media Productions. And if you're interested in any sponsorship advertising, check out the ticker tape at the bottom. All the details are there. And we have our QR code also up on the top here that you can look into as well. All right. Let's get into, let me see here what we got going on. Okay. All right. We're going to wrap it up right now. And this has been the Ralph Report Wrestling Edition Raw post show. And until next time, until Friday night, we will have our SmackDown post show. No show on Saturday morning for the Sports Blast show. Saturday Sports Blast, no show there. All my radio shows will be on over the weekend. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. Announcements will be made on those coming up. Don't forget on Saturdays, the Saturday of Ralph, 7 to 8 a.m. on 93.5 The Beach, and also down here in the Delmarva region. And then also, don't forget up in Pittsburgh on 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial. And the answer pgh.com. Here we go. Right there. There we are. Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., 93.5 The Beach, the Ralph Williams Show. And then don't forget 8 to 9 a.m. And here, I'll play this for you real quick here. The Ralph Williams Show. All right, the Ralph Williams Show every Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. as well. Up in Pittsburgh on 12:50 a.m. The Answer 92.5 on the FM dial and the Answer pgh.com. Also, don't forget to tune in to our Sports Blast show, Saturday Sports Blast. But this Saturday we will not be on the air, so don't you don't have to worry about that. But 2 to 3 p.m. The Sports Corner Radio Show. We will be talking about, and we're going into a series that we're doing on the past Pirates, Steelers, and Penguins, and the current Pirates, Steelers, and Penguins. Okay? What happened in the past? What's happening now with all 3 Pittsburgh teams? We're going to go into that this weekend on the Sports Corner Radio Show. And also Friday, don't forget about the Sports Corner Radio Show on 620 KHB. We will be talking we have some topics we're going to be talking about as well, and that's from 3 to 4 p.m. on. Here, why is my, oh, there we go. I don't know why it's taking 6 years for my mic to come unmuted here. But anyway, that's on Friday. And then don't forget Sunday, 10 to 11 a.m. But starting July 12th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on Sunday, the Ralph Williams Show with me, Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno. We have 2 hours to talk. We're going to be talking about stuff. And please, by all means, don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and also to Pensman Sports, Sports Break Media, our YouTube channels. Like and subscribe. Please follow me on all my social media platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, X, the Kick Network. I'm also on Getter, Rumble, and several other, and LinkedIn, Blue Sky. I'm on all those social media platforms as well. So don't forget to check me out. Instagram, TikTok. And don't forget to like and follow and subscribe to all my channels as well. Help Pensman Sports, Sports Break Media with Brian Pettit. Help Leo Haggerty out. Tune into Amped Up Sports and all my partners out here that we do in this media business here. All right, I'm done here with this. Have yourself a great night, and please, by all means, be safe. And we'll be back here in about 15 minutes for another edition of the Ralph Report Exposed. Have a good one.